Hey, my third grade mathematicians. Well, we're going to continue our lesson today by discussing how far can a third grade student jump. And so I've collected data and I want to show you the line plot that I created. Remember, a line plot is used when you have numerical data. Since we are using measurements, and that's numerical, you're using numbers, you can create a line plot to organize the data. So if our PE teacher wants to report from us, or wants a report from us on how far a grade 3 student can jump, let's take a look at the data and see what we can say about it, okay? So here is my line plot, so take just a moment and I want you to analyze. Remember, that means to study, to learn from, observe, and think about things we can say about the data. So take a minute now to analyze the line plot. I think this line plot looks a little bit different than what we have seen because the data to me looks really spread out. So if you're not finished looking at the data, if you want to pause the video, then you can have more time to think about what you could say about the data. I'm thinking that I feel like there's a clump of data here and then another clump of data here. We remember when we're analyzing line plots, we look to see where the data is clustered or is spread out. So I wonder how could you describe the data using the words about half, more than half, less than half? I'm thinking that I would say that about half the data can jump from 24 to 37 inches. Another half of the other half of the students or the data jumps from 42 to 53. About half, because I'm looking now to trying to total the number of students, and I would say about half. What was the shortest amount of distance jumped? What was the shortest distance jumped? Well, since I'm asking about the distance, I'm asking about the measurements. I look down here at the numbers, and 24 inches was the shortest distance jumped. What about the longest distance jumped? What is the longest distance jumped? 53. So again, I'm asking about a measurement, and so the longest distance jumped is 53 inches. Anything else you can say about our line plot? Again, the range is 24 inches to 53 inches. We look to have two clusters here. Okay. So not all data is going to look, and you know how one of our math focus points has been look at the shape of the data. Not all data is going to look like a bell-shaped or be short on one end and high on the other. It may be spread out. So it's important to train our brains to look at data in all different ways, or look at all different kinds of data and practice how we can communicate what we learned about the data. Okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for your hard work today. We'll continue looking at measurements and line plots and different ways to analyze and display data. So until then, happy Data Day!